first, I'm surprised what I see in the living room. The floor is covered with what looks like to be some kind of grass, probably the source of the herbal-like smell. And there's fruit or vegetable-like balls of various sizes scattered everywhere. Something tells me that these only pleasant things he's seeing are parts of Umi. Oh my god. What? Saya? Ah! Saya turns around, her eyes wide with surprise. She then looks away sheepishly, like a child caught in some prank. What are you eating? This is, well, she stammers, so flustered that I feel bad for her. Remembering that she has never eaten in front of me before, I realize she must be quite embarrassed. I suddenly feel like I've done something awful, as if I'm a low-life peeping Tom. Can I No! No! Ooh. I scooped up the closest fruit thing and popped it in my mouth, ignoring Saya's attempts to wave me off. That's your friend. It has a strange texture. It feels soft and pliable, like a peach or pear, and I bite into it with my back teeth as sickening juice fills my mouth, combined with a sharp, strong fragrance. It's unlike anything I've ever tasted. How did you prepare this? Did you use any seasoning? It wasn't that complicated. She just took it apart. I just took it apart and then melted a little piece to make it easier to eat. It's practically raw. Oh? I picked up a different lump, this one consisting of fruity flesh encasing in a hard core. Tearing a chunk off in my mouth, I find it has a similar taste to the last one. Hey, are you okay? That's, yeah, even I can eat this. In fact, it's good. Ugh. Really? At first sight, I looked dumbstruck. But then soon she started laughing mirthfully. Haha, oh, this is what you like. Now I feel stupid for going all that trouble. Is this what you always eat, Saya? Yeah, though it's been a while since I've had one so big. I usually catch them in places like the nearby park. Oh my god. There's an impressive nature preserve not too far from here. I've never heard anything about fruits like these growing there, but, well, of course, they only look like fruit to me. They're really something else. Yeah, flesh. Sorry, I already ate the best parts. That's okay. There's always next time. And this means that we can eat together from now on. Yeah. Saya seems really happy. I'm happy too, of course. Eating with someone is much more fun than eating alone, and it makes the food taste better too. There's still plenty left, and it'll keep chilled for 2 or 3 days. It won't taste as good though. Then we better start putting it away. It's sitting the small fruits in Tupperware, and the large ones in pots and bowls. Saya and I store the remaining food in the refrigerator. Thinking of tomorrow's dinner fills me with anticipation. Together with Saya, I feel that I'm beginning to regain the joy of living, little by little. Saya will guide me. With her, I can live on. True Scary Stories, Hospital Edition. Chapter 4, The Monster in the University Hospital. Elite University Hospital research student K-Sen relates his shocking experience. Will you believe him or not? Strange things started happening at our hospital around the end of last spring. Many times, patients would wake in the middle of the night screaming about nightmares. They all said they had seen something unbelievably terrifying in their dreams, and many of them had just been sedated before they would sleep again. Some patients even transferred to other hospitals because of it. The weird thing was that all the patients had exactly the same dream. A dream about some horribly disgusting monster standing by their bed staring down at them. As Saya. The really strange stuff started happening after that. There used to be a lot of stray cats hanging around the campus, looking for scraps from the students. One day the cats suddenly started disappearing, and it wasn't that they just stopped coming, it was more like they vanished from the area entirely. And then people stopped walking their dogs around. According to rumors, it wasn't that the owners were taking their dogs elsewhere, but that the dogs refused to go anywhere near the school. Eventually, things started going missing in the hospital. Organs, to be precise. Organs that had been harvested for transplants kept disappearing from where they were being stored. Some people even came close to losing their jobs over it. And it wasn't just 2 or 3 at a time that had happened. They tried to keep it from the research students, but we heard that it was a lot worse than that. People started spreading rumors that there was something living in the hospital. The janitors would find strange messes that could only have been made in the middle of the night. Traces of something that had been crawling down the hallway, or weird stains on the wall that seemed to be caused by something dripping through the ceiling. Lots of the late shift nurses talked about hearing strange noises on the same days that patients screamed about nightmares. There's one last story, one you can never mention inside the hospital. One day, the obstetrics department went totally crazy. They said there was a newborn that disappeared in the night. If it were true, the police would have come in and it would have been all over the news. But they said the big shots managed to make it all go away. It's just a rumor, of course. These strange incidents suddenly stopped towards the end of the summer. Now there are almost no patients complaining of nightmares, and the cats have started coming back to campus. But still, what happened in the hospital that summer? Even now, just thinking about it gives me the creeps. Ellipses. Your girlfriend is Puppy Chow. Nothing. Ellipses. This is the 3rd day that they haven't been able to get in touch with Umi. There's no sign of her having returned to her apartment, and even her family doesn't know anything. Her parents have already filed missing persons report. Well, you know her. She'll probably just pop up somewhere, like nothing happened. Yeah, I hope so. You'll reply with a gloomy expression. She's worried about Umi, of course, but the incident with Fuminori 3 days ago must still be weighing on her mind as well. Your friend is missing. Who gives a shit about some asshole? Yo hasn't seen Fuminori since then, and Fuminori hasn't made any effort to approach them. 4 people used to meet in this cafeteria between classes, but now there are only 2. Hey, Tono-kun, let's keep thinking. Isn't there somewhere Omi-chan might have gone? No, Koji answers evasively. I checked them all already. It's a lie, of course. Koji knows where Umi planned to go that evening, but he doesn't want to bring Fuminori up in front of Yo. The awkward silence is mercifully broken by the bell signaling the start of the next period. Oh boy, it's all about to go tits up now, isn't it? Well, I've got to go. Yeah. If Koji isn't missing, and Yo is supposed to have class next period too. Isn't mistaken, Yo is supposed to have class next period too, but she continues to sit there like she's in a trance. Unable to come up with anything to say, he reluctantly leaves the cafeteria. Both Umi's disappearance and Yo's depression worry Koji, and both problems lead back to the same exact place. the hell was Fuminori doing? When Umi went missing, the first thing Koji did was question Fuminori. The last time he'd seen Umi was just before she stormed off to give Fuminori a piece of her mind, after all. Fuminori had responded with blunt, unequivocal denial, and it acted as though he hadn't the slightest idea why Umi would have gone to his house. Perhaps that was only natural, as he was unaware that Umi and Kuchi had witnessed him reduce Yo to tears. In the first place, did Umi actually make it to Fuminori's house? She had been riding a wave of emotions when she left. She might very well have calmed down and changed her mind halfway there. Perhaps she ran into trouble on the way. Koji concluded, or more accurately, convinced himself, that one of these possibilities was the truth, subconsciously denying the one remaining possibility. In other words, the possibility that Fuminori was lying, and that he had met Umi and was involved in her disappearance. Yep, it's going tits up now. When questioned by the police, Koji had only told the truth about Umi's destination up to the district and train station, maintaining that he had no idea where she had planned to go after that, because lying to the cops is always a good idea. He wanted to cooperate with the search, of course, but he knew that Umi couldn't have made it to Fuminori's house. Fuminori said so himself, didn't he? In that case, he told the police everything they needed to know. Not wanting to get in the still fragile Fuminori involved, he forced himself to accept this flimsy logic. But now the conflict has built up inside Koji without his notice, and only formerly suspicion towards Fuminori cycles through his mind. Koji is in deep thought, paying no attention to his surroundings, but perhaps that is what allows him to catch sight of his friend's back through the crowd of milling students. Fuminori? At first, Koji assumes that he's headed to the lecture hall, but it soon appears that he's instead going home. Strange, there should be required classes for medical students this afternoon. Though he's initially surprised, Koji's hesitation lasts for only a second. Koji followed his friend, taking care to stay far enough behind that he wouldn't be noticed. Fuminori wasn't going home, as became obvious when he boarded the train heading to the opposite direction. Koji's next guess was that he was going to see his doctor at the T University Hospital, but Fuminori rode straight through the closest train. Where's he going? At first, Koji felt awful foolish, rebuking himself for tailing his friend like this, but his conscience fell silent as Fuminori's actions became more mysterious. The stranger it gets, the closer Koji feels to discovering the truth behind Fuminori's sudden transformation. Any knowledge would be welcome, no matter how slight. Even Koji's beginning to think that there must be something more behind Fuminori's change than the accident alone. He wants a more satisfying answer, one that will help him in deciding whether Fuminori can be trusted. Fuminori gets off at a small station in a nondescript suburban area. Koji follows, trying not to lose sight of him amidst the other disembarking passengers. The station has neither a traffic circle nor a shopping street in front of it. The area is quite desolate, possessing only a small bookstore, convenience store, and market, and easy for Koji to keep Fuminori in view. Fuminori seems to know these streets, clearly intent on a single goal as he hurries through the residential neighborhood. Carved out of the hills, the area has more slopes, and here they remain steep inclines and wooden areas that escape assimilation. Koji, who moved to Tokyo to attend school, is amazed that such a quiet place exists less than an hour out of the city. And then they fucked.